All right, so we'll lock in on the session by itself. And as always, right, these calls are for educational purposes only. Any trade idea, suggestion, it is speculation on my part. So just make sure that when you're trading, make sure to trade responsibly if you're trading a live account. So let's see here. High video panel. Let's go ahead and turn off the camera. All right, guys, let's go see. Let's speculate what gold is doing. We were actually we caught a little sell, a little counter sell in the morning. I wanted price to actually come to this 4016 level, but during the New York session, right? Not this late, right? Because it actually fell pretty strong. In trading, right? We always have, the weekly scale, the daily scale, and then in between, right, these sessions. So I was looking for this setup. Okay. I was looking for this particular setup to happen during the New York London overlap, right? And if it doesn't come down at that time, let me rewind down to 8 o'clock. Okay, here it is. So this is in trading, there's three sessions, right? The Asian session, the London, and the New York. I wanted for price to come here during this window of London and New York overlap. So let's say before 10 a.m. And then I wanted this to buy. That didn't happen. Momentum was still very bullish. The trend shifted a bit. They found some support on a little 15-minute fair value gap right here. And then it just continued to push up to about 4060. Right? We broke 40,000 and then went to 4060. And then we came back and are currently retesting 40,000. Right. But to get a good eye on the market, right, I just simply focus on two things: the impulse, right, the strong move. Okay, that's the direction that I want to trade towards, or not that I always want to trade. It just when you look for an impulse, this is basically saying look for buys because any sell is a pullback, right? Because we want to enter right at this higher low area to take us up. So I try to focus on myself. Okay, where is price bouncing? Okay, to make that higher low. Sometimes it's a fib level, sometimes it's the Asian sessions, sometimes it's 50% of the previous day, 23% of the previous day. Those are the things that we have to focus on. In this very particular example, okay, the most consistent thing, the most consistent support and resistance you can find, right, are with the weekly candle. So the weekly candle, the daily candle, and these sessions. Okay, I'll put here the sessions. And in this particular scenario, okay, price found support at the high right there. You see, it came back and retested the high of the Asian session. From there, it found volume, okay, and from there, and then it took up, scooted up, and made a higher. There it is, okay. I am not focusing how much liquidity grabs to the left. All the little things like that are happening, guys. But I want to get a foundation of what's the most consistent thing I can find to train my eye from that, and then from there, worry about the details. Okay. So for example, right, the simple movement is that the simplest movement for today, just to summarize today, right? Here it is. During the Asian session, we had a huge impulse. Okay. When London opened, it somewhat continued that trend. Then when New York opened, before it actually went to 4060, excuse the chicken scratch, what did it do? It found support at the high of the Asian session. So if you see price wanting to sell and you see an opportunity, you could potentially sell to that and take profit and call it a day. That's part of your trading plan. But today, the move for today was to look for buys right there at the Asian high, catch your pips and call it a day. Okay, that was the move for the day, in my opinion. It did, once it hit 4060, it did drop back again to the Asian sector. There goes the day closed. The day finally closed there. Okay, give or take. But yeah, that's what happened today. We did have some little success on the sell. I was waiting for lower prices to buy. We were looking for a 4016 entry at that time. But once we did not get there, these when price gets to the actual right there, right? When we get to there, okay, when we get there, I'm gonna turn on my momentum indicator. All righty. And we were right here. So we were bearish momentum. We are going to get a bounce. We are because the demand is there, but the momentum, if you guys see right here, is still bearish. Continue going. It continued going lower. Danimal, I just remember that you were here as my co-host, man. How you doing, man? I know you weren't able to join us this morning, but gold went to 4,000, brother.
I
What
know
were
it.
you what were you what were you doing when gold hit 4,000?
I was with the doctor. Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
kind of did. It's like it was. That's okay. It turned out to be a good visit at the doctor, so I was right and well, which is a blessing and an amen. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like going, oh my God.
Yeah, so gold definitely hit that 4,000 level, went all the way to 460. And, we did come in through this force right here with momentum. We got a few candlesticks that reacted. We had one more push up, but I think it wants to go lower now, but we'll speculate, right? We'll speculate to see, how it reads here in a second as we do a quick review. But yeah, today's play, the first buy, guys, okay, the first buy was from right here, okay, just to kind of test, train our eyes a little bit. Let me find the other chart, the one that I have the structure built in. There it is. Okay, the today's buy would have been this, we got a few pips to the downside, right? Um, all good there. But today's buy, get the naked chart there, was following this little 15-minute structure right here. 272. Oh, that's the yeah. So the main buy was what? Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So we got nice higher high structure. This wick right here came into about a 78% retracement from low to high. Okay. And to be very, very specific, right? If we're going to look for a price pattern, there is a little, what is this, Morningstar, Dan, right? Most likely.
Yeah,
And
Morningstar or break a structure candlestick pattern is perfectly legit play there as well. Take it at the 50 of
mhm.
that engulfing candlestick there. So yeah, there's a couple of things you call that. Morningstar, engulfing candlestick, or break a structure candle to go with the ETM
Yep.
patterns.
And also too, right? Very technical, right? It filled in this fair value gap right there as well, right?
Yep.
If there was a nice engulfing candle, filled the fair value gap, came in, did not take the low out. This was actually the low, but it filled it up, and then we just quickly measure it with the fib from low to high. Okay, there
Yeah,
you
you
have it,
better.
guys. Impulse came to 61. And this kind of got a little tricky, right? Because when they got this 61 touches, you think is ready to go up. Sometimes price doesn't do that. Sometimes price likes to make an impulse, retrace back to 61%, go up and test a high one more time, and then come back and test the low, making this beautiful M pattern, which
Yeah.
it's technically a harmonic pattern. And this right here is a bullish harmonic pattern to buy, right? To buy, to buy. And here it is, impulse, correction, testing the high, came back down, made the little M harmonic, and there was the entry. It was about right below, right at 78%.
Hmm.
Okay, would have been a great entry, buy low. And then from here, a first take profit could have been the 272. Okay, and then we can take it all the way up to the extensions as usual. And it took a while, but there it is. Okay, there it is. There it went. It went as high as 460, and the move was over, right? The move was over from there. So those are the things, right,
But
that
now
I
we have,
go for demo.
yeah, now we have the new impulse. So we
Yes.
completed that pattern, that M wave pattern. Now we got this is our impulse we're playing with.
Mm-hmm. And this is
Yeah.
a rewind. This is a rewinded chart to them. Just
It's okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. So now we look for the input, the correction right there. So now we walk our thing back. There we go. And then we look for our entry around the 50
Hmm.
or the 786. That's a good zone there because we know this 23% line is important. Then you get the 23 every weekly. So there's quite a bit of support there.
Oh, Daniel, actually, those fib levels that you see, those are
Yeah.
actually the quarter candle that we did this morning's speculation. So,
Oh, okay.
but
Quarters are just as good as either way. You got a 23% either way. No matter which way you look at it, you got 23%.
absolutely.
I sorry I didn't see your sharp markup this morning, but that's cool.
No, you're good, man. And there goes the pullback that Daniel was talking about. Notice here, right? This thing does go lower, but notice how the 50 and 61% levels are behaving like like price wants to turn, demand levels, but momentum takes over there. So we're gonna,
What
go
time
for
was
it, Dan.
this big? What time was this big wicked candlestick?
Oh man.
Uh, just pretty.
There was some 1 p.m. news today as well, Dan, around
Yeah,
1.
right. The FOP, FOMP or FOMC.
It's something, yeah, FOMC minutes, I believe. That was at 2 p.m. I think the news was happening at 1.
Right,
So yeah, here it is. So yeah, it definitely affected the movement.
right. Which was the big indication that we were looking to come back and pull back even further. So we got a real deep retracement. We broke the
Mm-hmm.
one and look at
Broke.
where all the way down to the 1272.
That's
So
right.
already we now have the full impulse down.
So, yeah, one of them for sure, man.
Oh, yeah,
For sure.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes, sir. All right. So let me go ahead and hit the refresh on this, guys. We'll come back to it. Let me let me just go quickly to the monthly chart just to
I'll
kind
look
of
at it.
see if what level, if I make sure I did that right. 1 second here.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Okay, let me hit play now. Put us all right, perfect, guys. All right. So we did this during the live session. There it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I love, measuring candlesticks by themselves. Basically, the quick summary, right? Quarter 1 of 2025, low to high, came to about a 38% retracement, hit the extension. I think it was negative 618. Okay. This Q2, it opened below 23%. I think it was right at 38%. So, it pushed up and it pushed down at the same time with that wick, therefore closing below 23% and then touching 38%. And this level right here was an extension of negative 618. Okay, so moving along, right? This month here, the current month, Q3, excuse me, the current quarter is Q4, but we're using Q3 to kind of guide Q4. Okay, that's what we're focusing on right here. Okay, and so we actually pushed up first, hitting those extension levels first, finding some resistance at that 4,000 price range. 4,060 is the highest. But we come back and touch the 23% of Q3 and then take off. What do you think, Danimal?
Yeah, it's better. I bet we should at least have a touch. Even if we mark this candlestick by itself, I think that we retrace back to 23%
On the current quarter,
on the current candlestick. Yeah,
let's see. We're right up above it.
just above it. Okay, so yeah, so that's our resistance right now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I would like to see it come back down, retouch the 236 on the previous monthly candlestick before we hit the
Yeah.
4,300 zone, which is now our next 4,250. I think would be our next target.
Yeah. But let's go to the higher time frame candlestick view, Dynamo, and see and and just see how everything's moving so far. Remember, this is Q4. This is the month of October. There goes that 23% that we would love to touch, right? That we would love for price to get all the way down there. No
Okay.
pullbacks, just a sweet, smooth sell, right? That's what we're looking for. But here goes the previous weekly candle. Surpassed the extension, way beyond them. Okay. And we have a couple of days in there that is going to make it a lot harder for us to drop down that smooth. All right. So, you know, right here, the previous daily high of what this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The previous daily high is gonna be an area where price would decide if, does it want to just bounce and go up? And if it doesn't, the 50% of Tuesday is gonna be an area again that is gonna decide if it wants to bounce above as well. The Monday's high is also there as a confluence support and resistance area, right? So long story short, we need to break the negative 18 of that quarterly to really go down below, right? In this point of view.
Not only that, we got the three soldiers right here, the three
One second.
bullish soldiers.
1 second, Dan. Let me just put that on there. All right, what you got, Dan?
The three soldiers, Miss Letitia pointed these things out, so we'd fib from here to up here. That'd be our impulse to check, and then to see, what kind of a pullback that has.
Let's do it. So we're fibbing those last 3 days. Okay, that is kind of the game plan there.
And look where it's at.
Right at that 23% level, man. Right there. So if this is a decision area. If price can stay above it, it'll trend up. Okay, completing another extension based on this 3-day swing, or it can come back and test the high of Tuesday. Okay, the high of Tuesday, right here,
which is about the 50 of that. About somewhere between 38 and 50 on that.
Yep, you're right. Between 38 and 50%. Yeah. Right. 38% more to be exact.
Right.
Okay. So yeah.
Stuff up, right?
yeah. I mean, once you know how to use the fib and everything else just kind of fits together, man. So yeah, I what price level is this? I do like this price level as a target, or
39.90.
Or for us to simply just wait and see if we can potentially buy from there if everything else lines up. Put that in white. Okay. And this will be the Tuesdays, right? This will be Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays high.
Previous day high. Tuesday. Which is also the negative 18%. All right. So how can we get there, right? This is kind of where we go down in time frames. Go look at some structure on the 15 minutes. Kind of focusing on the charts and see what we have in so far. Let me just quickly check a few more things before we get there. Oh, my bad now. Just 1 second. 1 second.
Sorry about that.
I'll get to it in a minute. Okay, so look at that. Right at that 39.91 price level, we have this nice base rally. Good area for us to target. It's about 200 pips to the downside. So it's not a bad little zone. Let me see if I can find anything else. Another BEC waiting down here about below that 50%.
Exactly.
Demand level, it's an equilibrium level. It's an equilibrium area to buy. But we can always trade towards it because price likes to go towards equilibrium. Yeah, I think this is a good area, man. I do like this 1 hour base rally right at that 38% and the high of Tuesday to potentially continue. Obviously, play the buy first, right? Play the buy to the buy first.
Yeah. And right here in this little zone, right at -8 to -18 right there, you got this impulse, this bullish candlestick with two doji candlesticks, which is, you may as well call that like a rally-based rally at that point. It's a weak one, but it's still a and it could be considered a rally-based. There it is, right there.
Yep. We also have a nice support and resistance right there as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, let's fine tune a little bit more. And again, our target, excuse me, I have some ice in. Okay, our potential area to buy, it's 39.91, just below 4,000. Okay, just below 4,000.
Mhm.
We do got some structure building down as well. We did create on the 20-minute chart this drop, base, drop, and carry down a few more candlesticks. Came back very near it
Mhm.
and retested the 272 level. Look at that, Dan.
Yep.
Retested the 272 level, right? If you got a good fib on the chart, you'll start noticing that these levels are behaving like support and resistance. The bigger the candle, the bigger the scale, the stronger it is. So we broke 272, we pushed it down with some momentum, pushed back up, exactly touched that same level. So break and retest. And I like it, man. I think this needs a little pullback.
Yep, to right about here, that little would be considered a flip zone here. If I look at
Mm-hmm.
that ETM candlestick, we got a nice little flip zone playing right there. So I'd even look for it to come back, retest this to continue down.
Excellent. So here's the game plan, guys, just to make it easy, right? Where is price going? Okay, I always ask myself those questions. Where is price going? Okay, so you guys saw how we got to that outcome, right? Where is price going? Okay, we're thinking it's going to 3991. Okay, two, where are we at now? Okay, and then three, how do I enter? Okay, perfect. So where is price going? I see it's going to 3991. Okay, I would like to buy from 3991. Like that. If we buy from 3991, there's two ways you can do your stop loss. You can look left and find the low and put your stop loss at that low, or just simply counts the pips from entry to stop loss based on your trading plan. And this is about 60, almost 70 pips of a stop loss, which my threshold is 80. That's a good trade for me. Okay, because if I always put my lot size based on 80 pip stop loss. So if I lose this trade, I'll lose less than 1%. Okay. And then we'll take it back to that level again of 272. That's the setup that I'm looking for. Okay, well, between now and then, if price is going there, if its price is going 3991, why don't we sell towards it? Where we're traders, right? We can buy or sell, right? So, and it's possible to do that. It is possible to do that. You first got to count the pips. How many pips is between there and there? Okay, it's 200 pips. Plenty of room. I only need about 50, 90, maybe 120 if I really want. But yeah, so there is an opportunity to sell. So where are we now? So all I'm focusing is right here. Okay, this is where we're at now. Okay, we have we price came down, came back and retested the 272, kind of came back and tested this base drop. So I'm actually liking this impulse down. These candlesticks right here, they represent an impulse to the downside. And let's see if we can find some more detail. And look at that.
Exactly.
A rally-based rally that did not hold. That's an
And
equilibrium zone.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I was saying. There we go. Come up to test this level. There's our entry down. Take it to the 3991 and bada bing, bada boom.
There it is. Perfect. So if you're interested in maybe looking at a sell, right? If we can get back towards 40.23, that's a decent area to get in. Okay. We'll measure the stop loss here in a second. It's a little bit more. See, it's a $12 stop loss, 120 pips. So it is a little big. So again, though, either we under leverage or you let price go a little bit higher, so your stop loss can be below 80. You got to pick one or the other, right? You got to pick one or the other because, or I do enter there, but my stop loss is lower, approximately there. Okay, but again, it's all about managing your risk and knowing how to trade that. If we don't get that pullback and we get down here first, right? This is where I would like to buy from. 3991. Anything in the middle, I ignore. Okay, anything in the middle, I ignore. I only want to sell high from this area or buy low from this area down. Alrighty, guys.
And this is actually looking pretty interesting to the downside. We got ourselves a nice, we like our M waves, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's our little harmonic.
Okay, nice.
We could see something like that as well happen.
Yep. Let's see if we see anything else, any more confirmation in this area.
There we go. I like this.
Let me see what you got.
Break a structure candlestick right there.
Okay.
Doesn't get pretty than that.
Perfect. So 45 minutes looks good as well.
Yep.
1 hour, not the best. Maybe a little evening star just to confirm direction, right?
Yeah.
Let's see how the 2 hour looks.
There you go. When this candlestick closes, look what we got. And bada bing, bada boom.
There it is. Nice little drop, base drop. So further momentum, right? To hopefully take us down to 33.91 price level. Okay, that's kind of the plan right there. Coordinates 3. Just let it be nice and even. And let's just kind of go down a little bit more in time frames now to see what we got. Okay. So let me draw this right here, guys. So this right here, I do like this 30-minute drop base drop right here. I mean BC. Flip zone. 30 minutes. Okay. This 30-minute candlestick right here, okay? This price pattern right here. Okay, these 3 candlesticks, the third one is telling me sellers are in control. This one right here, it's the equilibrium zone, EZ. Then we need price to come back and touch that equilibrium zone to then continue price going lower with the stop losses at the high of that candlestick. So
and another interesting way we can look at that too is we can fib from this high to this low. Look at where our retracement will be, and it could be another way of entering as well.
Absolutely, right there. We're talking about the levels that we'd like to see. 61% pullback, perfect. Okay, now if we fine tune all the way down to the 2-minute chart. Okay, so we have this 2-minute drop base drop, right? Just above that 30-minute zone, just above it. So it could be that we go back and touch that. Right? We can fine tune that entry all the way up here like that. So we found the supply at 30 minutes. We fine-tuned it at the 2-minute chart. Therefore, we can now use our original stop loss at the high, but now our entry will be much near the 2-minute area. And therefore, earlier was 20 pips stop, 12 pips stop loss. And now it's just below 80 pips, which is a more favorable setup for ourselves. And there you have it, guys. Bada bing, bada boom, like Dan would like to say.
Yeah, and there's our yeah, we could get that harmonic pattern again that we like. Impulse, correction, impulse, come back down. We got our pattern, and you come back
Oh
and
yeah,
pattern recognition is key sometimes. All this.
always, man, always. Yeah, that's what technical analysis is, right? Oops. All right, guys. So plan A, look for buys. Where? 3991, ideally. Okay, plan A. Plan B, if you want to try a sell, we have an option up there, right? Let it get there. Only it's a 70 pip risk, give or take. But we can probably give us a 4-1, take profit a little bit sooner, maybe at these lows right here. Still got a 3-1 setup. And then from there, we can wait for the buy to take us back up. All right, guys. So let me share this with you.
What does it look like with the 5-minute boxes on?
Well, yes, sir. We're about to get there right now.
Okay, cool. You know where I love.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's my evidence to support our choice of direction. Pretty close. We're getting close to breaking that lower 23 level there. We got a bullish momentum going that way. Yeah, so we can even look for an entry right about there, or even, we might have
Well,
a
you
full
never know, man. They could touch your zone up
never
here,
know, go
Daniel.
all the way back up here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can. And again, though, there is reasons to go up there. Look at this
Yeah,
little drop base drop right there, Daniel. Perfect
that's
drop
it.
base
Yeah,
drop.
beautiful. Yeah.
Look at that. Nice little one right there waiting for us on this 5-minute chart.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Right there.
Exactly. And like I said, even if you trade between those 23 lines, you'll hit. Usually you'll hit. So if you play this up on the 5-minute, put the indicator back on. If we break and close above the
And
23
even
line.
before that, Daniel, this is the pattern you actually first showed us, remember?
Oh yeah, there's our harmonic. Yep. Beautiful harmonic there. Yep.
Right there. Okay. Maybe this one. Yeah, again, it's just the pattern, right?
Right. Either one looks good. But
Right.
yeah, this one looks perfect. I like that one better. Yeah.
40, 40, 37 on and check that for us there. Yeah, so yeah, if this setup here doesn't work, guys, it could go this high, and then from there, right, we could potentially get another push back down. Okay, but
Mhm.
we'll share this one with you guys, and we go to the Oanda chart. Thanks, Bernie, for sharing what you see. Oanda.
There's a gap at 40-40. Makes sense.
Oh, there it is.
I'm sure there is. Huge gap, yeah.
And good observation there, Brent. So check this out. This is why I like those having multiple charts, okay? Because sometimes some charts they give you gaps, others don't. Okay, both are in the 5-minute chart.
Look at
Let
that.
me
There
go
it is.
ahead and symbol.
It's both Awandas. Okay. Let's see where you're at.
Let me switch this one over to the yeah. So if we pay attention here, right? On Oanda, for whatever reason, okay, on the Oanda chart, there goes that gap. Okay.
Right at our 40-40 line anyway.
On the Saxo chart, there is no gap, but it's the drop base drop pattern. So technically, right, when there is a gap, it's just basically think of it like a strong move, right? And price does like to come back to it and fill it. Or in other words, right, test 50%.
Or at least 50% of it.
There you go.
Doesn't fill it all.
Exactly. So on one chart is a gap, on the other chart is just basically a strong 5-minute candlestick. Treat it like a engulfing pattern.
And those gaps are sometimes caused by the spread of the broker. And price moves so fast that it just shot from one level to the other and just didn't record fast enough.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, good level, good eyes.
Yeah, if you go back to that, what is that? The one the chart with the gap again? There it is. Is that a BEC right there? We can zoom in on this little pat right there, Dan there. Zoom in on that. What do we got
We did
cooking?
have a little base drop right there.
Yeah. So we got a zone. Yeah, I was looking more for if I saw the little flip zone. Yeah, but that'll work.
Yeah, but that's a good area. Taking the high from here, a little bit of get in and then fill it a little bit there. Decent area for us to target as well
Hmm.
if you see a potential opportunity, or we can wait for the sell right there. But yeah, those are the areas, guys, that I definitely do like to sell high from. To maybe push it down lower to the 1 hour area that we're looking for. Get back
So
to that.
somewhere between like either 40, 41.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, yeah. So even 40, 41 might be a decent entry. That's the back wall of that particular 5 minute. So,
Perfect. But we'll begin and wrap it up here, Dan.
all right, been fun.
Oh yeah, guys. So yeah, I appreciate the attendance. Appreciate you guys being here. You guys have those charts there. We'll share them with the telegrams. A reminder, right? You guys want get involved more with our trading community? Feel free to send me a message. We'll get you guys going. We do have a trading community that we have a telegram. We also have live sessions during the New York trading, and also right, we have an AI indicator scanner that kind of gives some signals for those that are looking for that technology who are a bit more busy with time. But Dan and I appreciate your call. We appreciate your time. Dan, always having a pleasure having
Yeah.
you, brother. And we will see you guys on next Wednesday. And for those of you guys who are part of the community, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll chat to there. Thank you. Have a good one. See you guys.